Welcome back to my How to Become a Grandmaster support series. For anyone new, I am an Overwatch coach that just got back from a several-month break and am trying to shake off the rust and reach Grandmaster again. This is effectively an unranked to GM, but unlike others, I'm not just a GM player smurfing and will struggle to reach GM, especially since my last rank before the break was Masters 2, so still slightly short of the promised land. However, with my background as a coach, I know how to improve and address my mistakes, so I'm confident that I will be able to get there. The goal of this series is to demonstrate how anyone can learn to improve in Overwatch through the lens of the support role. However, the principles I'm covering in this video still apply to all the roles. All that being said, let's do a brief rundown of what skills there are to improve. There are three main ones: mechanics, positioning, and general knowledge and understanding of the game. Mechanics are simply put just your ability to move and shoot. Positioning is knowing good places to be and when to be there. And general knowledge is knowing things like the interactions and capabilities of the characters and maps. The most important aspect of improving positioning is knowledge of angles. By being on an angle, you are distracting the enemy team and pulling attention and resources away from where they want them to go. When it comes to picking your angles, you should be choosing angles that you play based on the tools in your character's kit. For close-range characters like Brig, Lucio, or Genji, you may want to choose close, more congested off-angles to control or support, since your kit's tools are most effective at those ranges. And for more fragile characters that have more ranged tools, like Juno, Ashe, or Widow, you may want to control or support more ranged angles and sightlines. Since this is tailored towards support, it's also important to note that for supports, it's not only your job to take your own angles, but to enable the angles of your team with your tools. For this guide, we'll be focusing on Ana. Now, her preferred range for angles is generally a bit more ranged. However, with her cooldowns, she can be very threatening at closer ranges, although it is usually more risky. Overall, Ana can be very flexible with the ranges and angles that she plays, so there's less of an emphasis on range for positioning like there is for less flexible heroes. Alright. It is time for the Ana guide. Now, getting into it, alright, first you gotta lock in Ana, of course. For bans for Ana bans are a little weird. Essentially, it's just anything that outranges you. Because, like, everything else, like, Genji and Tracer, they'll annoy you at close range, but, you know, having them on my own team, they're pretty good nano targets, especially the Genji. Same with, like, Winston and a lot of things. So Ana bans are a little weird. Generally, like, Widow could be a good ban, but I don't really care. Whatever my team wants to ban, as long as it isn't Ana, I'm fine with. My Ana mechanics can be a little rusty. It's been a little while since I've played her, but I'll do my very best strategically. For things to work on, let's see, what should I work on here for Ana? For ranking up in general, it's really important to set goals. All right, nice, she didn't get banned. It's really important to set goals. For my Ana gameplay, I know, because it's a little rusty, I'll just focus on trying to make sure that I don't find myself out of position too much, right? I'm going to make sure that all the positions that I'm taking are generally reasonable. It almost hurts not to play Lucio or Brig or a Boop support on Ilios a little bit, but, you know, this is the Ana guy. It's her turn. Okay, right. Oh, on Lighthouse, we're getting Roadhog. All right, that's fine. I can work with that. So, generally, going to be looking to keep my distance from anything that can kill me, right? Anything can kill me if I don't have my cooldowns, right? Even close range, I can deal with a Genji or a Tracer as long as I have a sleep, a nade, or something to, you know, kind of ward them off a little bit. So I'm probably going to roll out high ground here. It should just be a good sightline. If I'm getting poked out, if they have characters that are going to, you know, outrange me there, then I might have to drop and look for somewhere else to play. You know, just going to look to make sure I'm keeping angles and different sightlines from the rest of my team. Gives me different opportunities. Poke that out. Not much. Okay, I hear a Winston. Break. Sink that. Oh, but it's too far. Move here. I want to open up this sightline. However, I don't want to let the Winston know where I am too much. I don't want my Fury to base in here. Dive. Got the nade. I'm going to do something a little risky here. Get that. Trade. Cooldowns. good angle here. I want to look for defense. Cooldown value. Oh, it's unfortunate. I should have waited for more help. I'm struggling to get a sightline and open things up here. Alright, good. The nade on the Winston helps him die. My positioning hasn't been great. I need to look for a sightline so I can get myself out of this congested area over here, because I'm just getting dove by the Winston, spammed out by the Pharah. It's just really difficult here. I think at some point I should have tried to rotate through that left side or back onto high ground, so I could get a better, more comfortable sightline to see things, because everything has just felt very, very uncomfortable and congested. I want to poke things out, make sure that nothing can get to me comfortably. Can I get that? She's gonna barrage me. Ah, I can't drop. Ooh. No, I needed to drop a little sooner, and that was a good boot by her. She kind of stopped me. Fine, they nanoed. Let's see, we need a trade here. You know what? They're using a lot of ults. If I can get back and nano something, like my Genji. I need to get a nano going. I need to get that going sooner. I should have rotated back on high ground. Yeah, that's my bad. I needed to rotate back to the high ground there. Yeah, I'm just getting a little too close to things I don't want to get close to. So was the Brig blocked my nade, which was really good by her. Ooh, it's real difficult. That's like the worst of a lot of worlds. Pharah spam range is really annoying. You can have Prime off, right? I didn't even get time to throw the nade. But, you know what? It took a long time. The team was able to push the point. This is not very well played by me. This map is just really congested. Where could I go to get better angles? I could go like bottom left. Maybe, no. Everything's just feel bad into that far. Oh, there we go. My first nade of the game. First anti-nade. Keep opening things out. Nice. Alright. Not super well played round by me. A lot of it was that the map, things were very difficult for me to like get space. But the moment I did get that space, at least I did something with it. Yeah, this one's kind of just, you know, everywhere else people have made things go well. Although I will say, my deaths haven't been cheap. Like when I've died, it took like somebody used a bunch of cooldowns. Like when I died to the barrage, the Pharah used all of her cooldowns to get to me. You know, at least getting compliments from, let's see, our Genji there. Like when I died to the Pharah, it took all her cooldowns and her ultimate. When I died to the Winston, it took his primal. When I died to the Brig, she was in rally. Like, you know, they're using a lot of resources to get to me, which works in my benefit. I want to try and play top left here. That's a good sight line for me. It has a little bit of range, a little bit of distance, as well as, again, there's still nothing I really want to get close to. Hit those shots there. Okay, that's brutal. A really unfun comp for me. Farah. Oh, I could have killed her. Oh, this Farah is such an issue for me. This is also a really good map for her. Not this one specifically, but the other two are quite good. I think I lost sight of what was happening right side of me there. That's a bit of an issue that I'm having. I'm hard scoping too much. I'm losing track of where and what's going on. This is going to be difficult. This is going to be super hard. I'm just kind of like sitting above us. And the Diva's going to just eat all my cooldowns. Oh, that's self-nano here. Oh. Alright, I don't have cooldowns, so I'm gonna be a little careful. But I did force up the trade. Oh, that could have been a kill there. Wait. Oh, she just barely ate that. Oh, she just barely ate that nade. Dude, if I hit that anti there, we just win the fight. Because I would have anti Farah. That was a really well-timed play from them. The Diva with the bomb. As well as I just need to hit a couple more shots on this Farah. I'm doing it when I'm not under pressure. That's not when it's most important. Tracer comes down for the Mega. You need to be careful on this go side to not get beat. Alright. Kind of just mechanics. We have to use ult. Oh, this is tricky. This is quite tricky. It's not a good place to sit. I want like a high ground or something. But I do want distance, because my cooldowns can just get eaten by Diva. Cooldown, so I can't even make it hurt. Oh man. This is where swapping off Ana would be advised. Because the Diva's just going to eat my cooldowns when I do get a bit of space. Really, you just need to be good mechanically. Like, I just need to be hitting my sleep darts, hitting my nades every time I get the opportunity. Because I've gotten decent value, but I haven't... I think maybe there were a couple fights where I needed deep in my ankle. I don't know. I don't really have the perspective to say what was going wrong in some of these fights here, although I'm generally not playing well. That's pretty clear. And this is my inexperience on Ana. It's been a long time since I've played very much of her, so... Let's see. This map, again, I just need to keep that distance. I think bottom right could be a good rollout here. I could roll out here and look for these high grounds. I think I'll look for high grounds and then react based off of what I see. Oh, there we go. Nice, okay. Like, that's what I needed to do with the other one. Can't lose sight of everything I see. They didn't want to drop there. Cast is so much damage, man. No. Oh, they still have so many angles. I shouldn't have dropped. Just worried my cast. Oh, that's so bad. That's such a carry from their Kiriko. I should not have dropped. Was worried about my cast. That's good. We get the treasure first. And that might not be worth it from here. I don't know if I'll get it back. I won't get it back when I really am going to want it. About 6 seconds here. Actually, yeah. Oh, if she could die. He has a good... Too close. I need to keep it. I should just take the water damage. He's getting a little close. Really weak now. I don't quite have to do that. If he has bombs, he can go from here. Not. Okay. I did not expect him to go for me that aggressively. It was good by him. He needed to, because otherwise they were just going to lose the fight. I thought he would just respect my cooldowns a little more, but he didn't, so. Alright. Ooh. That second map was rough. Okay. Let's get the nano off. Alright, if I get the nano on my Roadhog, this fight was winnable, but I just want to save it at this point. We didn't have very much space to do anything. So still waiting on people. Alright, now I want to start taking space with my game. Still do. Need to catch this mini faster. Feed my own position for him. Alright. Alright, there we go. Ooh, I feel like my commentation during this game wasn't quite as good, just because this is a really tricky one. Alright, now it's time for the post-game self-VOD review section of this video. Sorry about the volume issues during the recording. It's not even just like my mic or anything. That's literally just that it's really hard to talk and play at the same time, or at least for me it is. So I just get really focused on what I'm doing, and then I talk so quietly that I've tried trying to work around that. It's really, really difficult. So that's just, I need to get a lot better at commentating while playing, which will come with time, of course. So I'm trying to be patient with myself, and I hope that you guys will be patient with me on it. I'm working on it, though. I'm trying to make sure that I reiterate my thoughts a lot clearer in the moment, as well as I make sure that I never forget to speak up. So for post-game replay, I've lowered my game volume a lot. It should just be barely noticeable in the background, but the overwhelming majority of it should be for the commentary. So hopefully this should fix issues with volume. All right, so going into the game, I didn't quite know what I wanted to focus on, but that's because I just don't play on it very much, so I don't know what my issues are, right? Going into things, thinking about it, I think that good goals to set to make sure that I'm doing things correct, good goals to set that I should make sure that I'm keeping in mind while I look back at this gameplay are setting goals on making sure that I am aware of my cooldown usage in relation to my positioning. That was where I really started to struggle. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at throughout this game. We're going to speed through things here. Obviously, pre-fight poke on the bar is good. This is where, if I'm going to go for this cooldown here, which is pretty reasonable, right? Their Roadhog, or I'm sorry, my Roadhog and Tracer are really contesting this Winston here, right? He can't go for me, right? He's in a lot of trouble himself. I think if I'm going to go for that nade, though, I need to walk out. My Kiri is on a more aggressive angle, right? She's next to me. She's peeking. I need to make sure that cooldown hits. So I need to walk out more aggressively. Right? Because here, I just need to walk out more aggressively sooner. Because I keep going for these, nades from a distance, fishing for sleeps and nades, right? Which, it's great if it hits, right? It totally shuts down their push before it even happens. But I need to make sure that I hit that, right? Part of that will be playing more Ana so I can get better with the cooldowns, the mechanics of it, right? But I kept, using my cooldowns early, missing them, and then going to a position where it's man, I wish I had nade right now. There, I just gotta hit a cooldown. The positions were decent. They weren't terrible. I just need to make sure that I'm connecting with my ability. Walking out on 5 HP was very bold of me. I'm stressing out my other support. There, I should have known. Obviously, if the Winston is jumping me, he has bubble. Small micro thing, right? If the Winston gets that jump onto you, you need to wait before you throw out the sleep dart, right? You need to actually like walk in bubble, sleep him, or play the bubble right. Let's see. Good. I like that I'm rolling out back on high ground. Overall, just not very much done for me. Like, it wasn't terrible or anything, but it wasn't great. I didn't do anything particularly impactful. Like, my nades didn't have any follow-up because I just naded people that were very far. I should have looked to nade and sleep things that were bottom right. Here they're looking for me. Yeah, I think I called the game. They were going for the barrage there. I was the second off landing the nade on the far. I won't hate this too much. I think, again, sleep dart I should definitely save there, but going for the early nade I think is fine. I think if I'm going to go for that early nade, I need to go for the sleep dart. Because if I hit that nade, it's so big. But the sleep dart, that really is like the reassurance policy. Here, let's see. What do I do from here? This drop is bad. I know I wanted to kill my Roadhog, but this drop is bad. It puts me in so much more danger. As well as especially using that sleep dart. This is bad cooldown usage. Obviously, that nade needs to hit. But the sleep dart, I absolutely cannot throw. There's a rallying brig right next to me, right? From here, I need to keep moving, right? I need to keep walking, keep going, go, get through here, right? Make this brig have to chase me. Make her have to chase me out of her Ana OS. Then I can sleep her and then, get the Mega and just make it really painful for her to get the elim on me. As well as tossing that sleep dart back at the Ana was so silly. Like, I can't stress that had to have been like an ego thing in the moment. But as well as I shouldn't have even dropped. First and foremost, I just shouldn't have dropped. I understand why I did. I wanted the sightline, but I put myself in infinitely more danger by doing so. So from dropping, I should have played my life a little bit better, held that sleep dart. This is gonna feel really bad to Farah Winston, this is really dangerous. I need to play a more congested sightline because Farah can't contest me in that congested sightline. Yes, like in here, if Farah were to come in this room, she gets slept, naded, and dies instantly. Winston, however, will not. So here I just need to know that he has Primal. Which I realized it too late. And then I didn't keep enough distance between himself and me. Like, that was really good on him, dodging my sleep dart there. He peeks back behind the cover. But also I didn't have enough distance, so I was really panicking, and I threw the sleep dart when I really didn't need to. I should have just had a little bit more distance. So I needed to track that Primal, and I needed to make him actually commit and jump at me in a predictable pattern. So that way I could hit the sleep on him there. So that was good by him, but also a mistake by me. I needed to keep more distance there. Alright. Back from spawn again. Let's see. This time, don't drop. Good, right? Keep the high ground. Keep the high ground. This is great, right? We're in the middle of a very chaotic fight. Nobody's concerned with the Ana on the flank, right? Or on the angle. Not really a flank, but... And here, this is by far my best played fight. By far. By actual miles. It wasn't necessarily even due to my setup. I just happened to come back to the fight at a time where, things were really hectic and chaotic. Overall, my performance that round wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. Like, I wasn't throwing or anything. I didn't feed, but I also didn't do very much that was particularly impactful to like the last fight. I got like the occasional anti here and there. Here's where things are gonna feel awful. Oh my gosh, this map is gonna suck. It's just because of how much more congested it is, right? There, on that map, I could at least keep my distance from the Farah a lot of the times. I could keep my distance from that Farah and Genji, right? But here, everything is so congested in close range, right? It's just so hard to play Ana here. This is where I really should swap, but obviously can't for the purposes of this video, and we'll see that, right? We'll see that things are really congested. Really, you have to win the first fight if you're going to play Ana here. You just have to. But unfortunately, things just kind of go wrong. Like, I needed to shoot the Farah here. The Farah needs to die. Farah gets my Tracer off the map. But yeah, the Farah was super exposed. I just wasn't putting enough attention on that, right? Like, she almost dies. Yeah, I gotta get the Farah. Because if I kill the Farah, maybe she doesn't even get my Tracer. And then my Kiri also died. I don't know, she died too. I think she was just out of position. And then from here, like you're gonna see in a sec, right? The Kiri and the D.Va are sitting up on Hydra. This is miserable, right? Like, where can I go safely, right? I like this, anywhere that's under here or around here is just like wrong, right? This D.Va is gonna see it, or at least she did drop. But while she was sitting up here, and she really probably shouldn't have dropped. While she was sitting up here though, like this whole area is just off limits to me because the D.Va can just get on my head and eat my cooldowns, and I'll have a really bad time, right? So here, this is a bit better, right? This at least avoids Pharah spam, right? And I have my cooldowns. Good, right? I can deal with Tracer there with my cooldowns. Here, all right, I have my cooldowns. Now, I should not throw them out here because, like, things are threatening. Like, things that I don't really want to be close to are close, right? I need to sit on these cooldowns, and I need to use them to actually take space, right? To keep putting distance between them and myself, right? So I need to walk out. I need to walk out, take space, right? I need to track when Pharah uses her E, and I need to walk out, and I need to get this Kiri out of here, right? Go sleep her, right? Nade her, or just shoot her, right? Get her out of here, right? Then I need to walk and take a little bit of space. Because you see how our team is just kind of clumped here, right? This sucks. Nobody here has a good sight line to really do anything. While their team has 2 splits here, and we're trying to focus on 2 different things, right? They have all of the angle control right now, so that means we're in a really bad spot. So I need to open up the angle, right? And I need to sit on my cooldowns and wait till things move to punish me to do so. So like that cooldown really bad, because now I'm scared to walk, and I need to walk out, right? I needed to walk to get a better sight line to throw that nade, but I didn't. And that is my bad. So now the Diva Bomb comes, zones us, right? Some people might say, oh, that's unfortunate, but no, there's strategy to this. I messed up my strategy. That's why she gets this 3k barrage, right? All of us were stacked on top of each other. From here, nothing really happens. Good, right? Punish the Pharah every time she's in those open sight lines. And really, there's not too much to say from here. We win the fight. We don't even use ults. I think they just kind of like mess up. Yeah, I mean, they just make mistakes. And die. But like, they have the space advantage. They really shouldn't have died there for free. Here, here's where I'm sorry, Roadhog. I just needed to use the nano there. Yeah, they just kind of... Also, they just use their ults. They just double support ult onto us. I needed to make sure that I get the nano onto my Roadhog so he can ult. Yeah, this is just... I don't play on my reaction time was too slow on the nano. Yeah, not too much more to say than there. From there. Anyways, this map, a little bit more open. Gives me a little bit more like the tools that or the sight lines that I'm looking to use here, right? Because again, none of these characters I really want to be very close to. So here, I like my rollout. Right, I roll out to the high ground. And good jaws here, right? Roll out to the high ground with my Sojourn, right? The Tracer can't take high ground easily, so this makes me just not have to deal with her whatsoever, right? Gave me a good sight line to poke out the Pharah. And it has distance, right? All of the boxes are checked, right? And here I can just sit on my cooldowns. Now, this drop is terrible. This drop is really, really bad. I dropped because I thought we were way more up than we were, right? Oh, so many people were so weak. But we really only killed their Diva. Like, there's still 4 threats, right? Or 3, but like, there's still 3 threats, right? So I just get off-angled, right? I get poked by the Pharah. I get poked by the Kiri, who is to my left. And then I just die. And the Tracer was still back there as well. Like, I just put myself in between multiple angles because I was out in the middle of point in the open. Just bad positioning. I didn't have cover. I didn't even get a chance to use my cooldowns. That was just really, really bad positioning by me. Here, I have a bit of distance. Okay, missing both of those is pretty bad, but again, at least my entire team is stacked here, right? So that this Diva can't just like go on me for fun here because she's gonna get hooked by my Roadhog. Here with the second, I need to that Sleep Dart again. I should be sitting on Sleep Dart more, but Nade, that's an easier one to hit. I can be a little bit more liberal with my usage of Nade. Sleep Dart, I should be sitting on a bit more. Nade is easier to hit. It's much more likely that I'll be able to just hit a good nade on someone. So that was pretty decent. Won't overthink it. Yeah, my Roadhog was anti there. Good that I didn't waste the nano on him. Just need to live, rotate away. Alright. Here, and then I make a similar mistake that I made first round. If like my team is in spawn, I have 2 people dead right now, I literally just need to like chill. Not take too much damage. Because like even peeking aggressively, there's nothing that I'm gonna do that they can't, or I will never do more than they can do while we're down people, because they can do more damage. They have more people. Here I go for the Sleep Dart. It's unfortunate that it misses on the Diva here, but this was like this Sleep Dart was pretty reasonable. She was in an aggressive position. We could have punished that. The reason I nano that, this is a really well played fight by me. I nanoed because I saw the Soj use her slide. She used her slide to go in aggressively, so she does not have it defensively anymore. So I nano myself, and she dies, right? I see the Moira also used Fade to get up to the high ground there. I'm like, cool, you have no Fade, I'll kill you as well. So went a little Rambo mode with that self nano perk, which is great. I thought the D would repeat me. And then small mistake, but important one. Dropping off to the side, not good here. I needed to immediately path myself to go for the mini and drop down here. So small thing, but very important thing, right? Very well could have died here. And you know, when you die, you can't carry the fight anymore. So don't die; it's bad for your health, essentially. I'll go sleep rope. Fine. Here, good. I need to not hit my position here. Oh, fantastic on a diff. Diffing whoever's on your character. The best thing you can possibly do. You should just automatically gain 3 sub ranks from that. And hit the sleep dart on the Moira. Nice. Overall, with the realized goal of cooldown usage on Ana, since my positioning was largely reasonable until you factor in the status of my cooldowns, overall, I did a pretty good job at cover usage and didn't feed with my positioning too much. I simply misused my abilities and wasn't able to properly get value from the positions I was taking. With the VOD review, I see that I missed some easy cooldowns, so I should work on accuracy, which will just come with playtime. As far as when I should use them, if I want to aggressively take space, I should make sure that I have my cooldowns before I do to complement my aggression and stop the enemy team from punishing me. And when I'm already in a good position trying to hold space, I don't necessarily need to use them, and I should be a little bit more opportunistic with them. However, I'd say I did decently, and I'm relatively happy with that game considering the enemy team comp was a little bit rough. I'd like to thank everyone for the support on the first video. Even though it wasn't the greatest quality, I'll be doing my absolute best to improve the quality of my videos throughout the series, and I greatly appreciate any feedback.